Hello, welcome to this channel of the beardedeurofan fan, that's me. For today's episode I'm going to review the Portuguese entry for Eurovision 2022, which has been represented by singer Maro with the song Saudade, Saudade, which in English it does not have a specific translation, but describes a deep emotional state of nostalgia or a melancholy longing for something or someone that is absent, which can be compared to a bittersweet feeling after the emotional performance of the Black Mamba in last year's contest. Portugal moves on with its participation, aiming to keep bringing the Portuguese musical culture to the rest of Europe. Let's take a look to the artist who had the chance to represent the Lusitanian nation on touring. Mariana Brito da Cruz Forjas Seca, mostly well known by her stage name of Maro, is a Portuguese singer and songwriter. Initially, she has planned to be a veterinarian, but she ultimately changed her plans to pursue a career in music. In fact, she had the chance to study in the prestigious Berklee College of Music in Boston, United States, moving afterwards to Los Angeles. After graduating, she started her musical career by 2018, releasing a series of albums that same year, self-produced and with compositions mostly in English. This will get the attention of the musician and Grammy Award winner Jacob Collier, which will help her to achieve more fame in the musical scene of many European countries. How is that she became to be the Portuguese representative of Eurovision? Now I'm going to comment this in detail. The Portuguese public broadcaster will organize as usual its national final Festival da Canção on its 56th edition. The 20 composers will be selected using two methods. 16 of them will be directly invited by the broadcaster, and 4 will be selected among the 600 proposals received during the open submission. The selected composers were announced in early November of last year, while the participating songs with its performers were revealed in late last January. Maro was among the composers directly invited by the broadcaster in this case, and she will be also performing her own composition. The format will be based in 2 semifinals and a final as usual, with 10 participants in each semifinal. 5 of them will be chosen from each one to compete in the final, which will have 10 finalists. Maro will make her first appearance in the first semifinal, winning it thanks to the combination of the votes from the jury and the public, qualifying straight to the final. Then in the final show broadcasted in mid-March, the winner will be decided with the combination of the votes of a jury by regions and the public. After the performances of all the finalists, it was evident that Maro was the absolute favorite from both the public and the jury, winning the national final without any doubt with a wide margin and gaining the opportunity to represent Portugal on the main stage of Turin. A very intimate but emotional performance. Now here comes the analysis according to what she has presented in her official music video, which rather than a music video is the recording of her performance in the Portuguese national final. The melody is an indie pop track with some influences of Spanish, flamenco and elements from African and Brazilian music. It's an acoustic experience that drags you into a relaxing state, while her voice helps a lot to get into the background of the song. It's remarkable in addition, the harmonies made with the backing vocals that join her, which is very pleasant to listen. Talking about the lyrics written in English and Portuguese, it's about her passed away grandfather, which Maro has described in many interviews as an essential part of her life, and that will be greatly missed by her. With the personal nature of the lyrics, it had all sense that she would like to perform it instead of picking another singer. She explains the context behind the lyrics in this way. It's about loss, but it's also celebration. It's crazy how impactful our grandparents can be, and how it's a reference to so many values, including unconditional love. Music is what gets us closest to that connection. As the message, I could say that it's a homage, not only to grandparents, but any person that have been important and impactful in our lives that are no longer with us. In that sense, as long as we have them in our thoughts and our heart, they will always be there. Analyzing her performance in the national final serving as official music video. As I have said before, it was an intimate performance. Maro will be on the center of the stage with backing vocalists each side of her, all of them sitting in stools while they are performing the song. The visual graphics were based on abstract art with colorful patterns on a black background, in contrast to what is described in the song, and both Maro and the backing vocalist will take some of those colorful patterns in their outfits. With the chorus, the word Saudade appears every time it's mentioned, and it's noticeable the influence of flamenco in the song, with clapping at mid-measure. Shots are based on full frames from many angles, and close-ups of both Maro and the backing vocalist until the end of the performance. Making a summary of the comments, the Portuguese entry for this year is a fantastic masterpiece. I think she knew perfectly how to transmit through her song a word and an emotional state that sometimes cannot be explained in a simple way just with words. For the staging in Turin, it was predicted that she will follow the same intimate trend like in the national final, although there were a few changes. In this case, Maro and the backing vocalist, with one more backing vocalist added, make a circle in the secondary front stage, and they will be all standing on feet during the performance. Then, unlike the national final, both the visual graphics and their outfits will have fading patterns in soft colors, complementing with the spotlights in blue and turquoise tones. And there is also white smoke on the floor of the stage. During her live performance in the second semi-final, it was remarkable that the audience gave a magical touch by turning on the lights of their mobile phones, simulating a starry night. This quite simple but effective performance granted her qualification to the finals, so it was predicted she would achieve a good ranking. 10 in the grand final after the counting of the votes. It was seen she had a good scoring for the juries, while she did not get too much points from the public, but however she managed to finish in the 9th place in the final ranking. With this result, Portugal improved 6 more from the last edition, hoping to keep improving it on next editions. About Maro, she moves forward with her musical career, having released on last August her 6th studio album fully in English, in which comes to attention that the song she has performed at the contest is not included in the track list. I do not know if there was a conceptual or creative reason behind this, but it would have been good that she has had included it as well. And you, what did you think about the Portuguese entry for this year? Come on and write down your comments to keep the discussion. And this is it for today's episode. Before I finish, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and enable notifications. In my social media you can find me and follow me. Take care and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.